Welcome to drawing video time. And I got paper here. I got a 2H. You can't see the 2 and the H. I've got a 2H pencil, and I got my little still life of some glass and some metal. So today we're looking at how do we draw glass and metal. First, my setup isn't great. It's a little below eye level, so I can see into this objects. So I'm looking down at the tops. So I have a little glass bottle with a cork. That kind of goes this. Corky there. Okay, so this is the basic form of the glass. Now behind it, I put a kind of chrome metal flour sifter, which is basically a chrome metal bucket thing. Okay, so I can see part of it. It's further behind. So I'm going to measure how far up. It's like what? And I'm trying to rush through this to get more to how to do the glass and the metal than to sit here and measure. So it comes down behind here, which means you can see it through the glass. And from where I'm sitting, because this is a curve, it's curving. It picks up highlight on the curves. So I can't really see it that clearly, but I see the line come to, it comes here, here. I'm drawing the back of this that you can see through the glass. And then there's some light, highlights, and then it gets some warped. And then it comes out lower in the glass than the actual object itself. And then there's this warpiness of the base. And so this let's start with glass. What I'm looking at is transparency first. So we got the back line, and then the cork. You can see it coming down, and you know it's cork because it's got all these cork texture holes that'll be conveyed top and bottom, so you understand that this is pushing through. The top is sort of frosted on the edges. So what I do after I get all the transparency stuff, the objects you can see through the glass, is back. Okay, so I got this showing through, cork showing through. So next I do is I go through and I highlight all the, let's see, what could I do? I could quickly put all the bright reflections of lights, and I have a couple of light sources. I have some lights, and then I have a window behind me. So there's window light, and then there's light from some different sources coming down. So I can just draw these little zones for where the reflective parts are going to be. And I'm might have a little bit here and there. There's a little bit in there. There's a little bit. Kind of right in there. Now, a lot of times you get pickups of light where the object curves. The shoulder, like these little shoulders here, because they're curving out and around. You're gonna get highlights in this zone. That might be it for intense bright highlights. Now, one thing also is when you're drawing the bottom, often you can see the curvature of the bottom of the glass, and it's a little warped, uneven looking. Okay, so next thing I do, you got the highlights sort of mapped in. Next thing I'm going to do is go back in and do all the darks. So when you look at glass, there's a lot of times where glass has dark areas, and a lot of times it's on edges. And I think it has to do with you're looking through as the glass curves, you're looking into the wall of the glass, not seeing through it. So you get a lot of glass on these edges and these edges and on these. So I'll just start mapping these out. So it's dark up here and it's dark in here. It's just a line right there, not really super dark. It's dark right in here. It's dark on that line, right under there. It gets kind of funky dark, like not solid. There's like a line, and that might be actually a reflection pickup of the back edge of the metal. And then dark on this edge, it kind of splooshes into there, and then it's dark, watch out for that highlight. And try and keep your position the same, because when I move back and forth, it keeps changing. So dark, mapped in, and then it gets dark, something. Okay, and then down here, the edge is dark. It has dark elements, and for sure this bottom front of the glass is, the whole thing's kind of green. It goes green, dark. That's the thickness of the bottom of the bottle thing, little jug. And then I go to the other side. There's some weird dark elements. Okay, and then on the neck, dark. It gets really dark right under the handle. Dark in there. And then dark on this outside. Alright, so I got the intense darks kind of mapped in. And then when I'm looking at it, it's like the edges are just a little darker than the middle. Because the middle you can see straight through. But these edges, as the glass warps, I think it just picks... It's like not as easy for the light to pass through. That's just my guess, I don't know. So I'm done with the 2H. I'm gonna put that down. I'm just gonna go to 2B. And I'm gonna go back in and strengthen my darks. a lot of these lines are going to make very soft because I feel like they're very almost liquidy. Dark zones. I'm just going to tone like I did with the 2H. I'm just going to come in and tone this darker. This will help my highlights pop out more. You see some people online using white paint. I don't know what the hell that's about. Is it dry? Alright, and smushy stick. Smush it. Now, sometimes they'll do a dot, like a back line that you can see through the glass. And then I'll pull my eraser across it. And that helps show the shine on the front of the glass. So you can still see through, but you can see there's a light difference. A bit of light swirls. And this whole area. So I'm just gonna pull on it softly. I'm not pushing too hard. That's okay. This is a 4B. Just like we did with the glass, I'm going to map in light and dark areas. The interior, this is the wrong pencil, 2B. The interior is pretty dark. Those are little rivets. This is a metal seam. So this is chrome and it's picking up the white of the sheet. It's picking up, there's a black line here that comes from I have a microphone stand here. Comes down to probably here, little microphone, I hope works. And that microphone stand is black. It's a tripod microphone somewhere here. Is being reflected here. This is all reflective chromy steel. It's not a mirror, so the white of the sheet isn't as bright here as it is here. And the sheet, because it's not super well lit, is a little grayish. So we can tone into the bottle and then tone behind it. The bottle's smaller here because the curvature of this is pretty tight, this wraparound. So that curve makes this skinnier just wrapping around. So I guess. And black isn't solid consistent, so I'm just kind of leaving it varied. And then this part's more gray than black. And that's pretty black. Okay, I'll soften these edges a little bit because the metal is, while it's very reflective, it's not a mirror. Things are a little softer. Base. Okay, now let's come back in with the eraser and see if we can pull some information out. This has an intense white wrap in it. Just really be bright there, some light reflecting. Okay, inside there's some reflective light that are kind of arcing with the curve. I can soften those. Stop.